What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Christmas in September, Joey Noel.
Guys, Tyrese got arrested.
For what?
I think it's not paying his child support.
Oh no!
What did he get arrested for the first time?
I'm pretty sure
Taxes?
that's paying his child support.
Damn,
It's
this
always
guy
one
just
of the
pay your
two,
child
right?
support,
Yeah.
Tyrese. It seems easy.
We're so close to Fast and Furious 10 Part 2.
We have never been closer. Some could say.
It's true. We can't let anything distract us from that.
I guess not.
Man,
I feel like that movie's been gestating a while.
I mean that's one way to put it. Yeah,
I'm going to get this moose hair off you.
moose away. Thank you.
Of course, this
But it
is
is a
Forbes
moose
30
shirt,
under
so
30.
is that where it's supposed to be?
AKA the second best baby blues in San Francisco, AKA the married one at Tim Geddes.
Let Tim host. The amount of people that actually think the shirt is moose makes me very happy.
It
telling
does
you.
look
It
like
looks
moose.
very much like.
We know
him.
Jim McCambridge.
Yes.
We get a light. We get the
get
dog.
a
He
light.
takes a photo. Bam. We got a shirt to make.
Yeah,
Mhm.
This
I mean,
came from some weird Instagram. Nobody's gonna sue us.
Yeah,
You can't sue
can't
something.
copyright.
This isn't.
This is
just
art.
a photo of a dog. All right, it's easy.
Look how fucking
Well, it's not
majestic
easy.
he is, though. I love it. It's great.
Let's give a round of applause
Moose
at
is
home
fluffier.
to Roger Picorni.
Yes.
Roger running this stream right before he's like, I'm gonna do this. I don't know if it's gonna work. Did this, but I don't know. Here we go. Intro, and then it went black for it seemed a long time because no, I never called out on look at the intro. It went black for a long time, and then the music started, and then I was like, all right, he did.
And
it.
when the jib started moving, I was like, oh no, is this an old one? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
it's just-
knocks out everything.
Ugh.
No,
That'd
we're
be an
good,
awesome
baby.
way to take out the cameras. It would suck.
Well,
You'd
it'd
be
be
all
awesome.
mad.
That'd be good.
I don't know if you even know this. That it happened already.
Oh shit! When?
Yeah, we lost the camera.
From the jib
Yeah,
during the wedding.
we're all no.
All right.
That implies some type of blame on me.
No.
No. During the setup of the new ones. We're not pointing. There's no blame. There's no fingers. There is a broken camera though.
Nice.
But
I mean, but see, that doesn't count. This
That's
is back.
1 in 10 years.
This is
right?
back to exactly. This is back to the whole thing. Is if I die on camera, you
Yes.
air the footage.
I know.
If I have a heart attack, again, I'm saying it publicly right now. I'd
Mhm.
air the footage. So like knocking a camera, does a tree make a sound in the woods when it falls if no one's around to hear it? I'm Eminem now. You know what I mean? Because I talked a little bit of rhythm there. Don't worry about it. You'll get
Because I talked in a little bit of a
You'll get it
rhythm.
halfway home. All right.
Fuck
I was
me.
watching some 8 Mile outtakes where he
Okay.
was just roasting people in the middle
Yeah.
of the rap battles, not on script. It was just like people actually.
Tim wouldn't
stepped
even
up.
know about
off
that
the-
because Tim's never seen 8
Embarrassing.
Mile.
You know what I mean?
It is really embarrassing.
I'm an upsetting person.
It's like
to
if
a
they
lot of
made
people.
a
I really
fucking-
upset my brother recently.
Yeah,
You bringing
what
up
about
the whole you want if you die on camera, let
Do
it
that.
happen.
I'm gonna go over there and see if I can get this other chat to work.
Okay, cool.
Ding, ding,
I
ding,
I got it. You stay there.
ding,
You stay there.
ding. What, Roger? You're doing a lot of different things.
You stay there. You stay
Okay,
there. Greg.
okay.
It's my job. You stay there.
I love it.
Roger, the gym.
You were bringing up if you die on camera, you want us to air it and
Yeah.
all of that's obviously. I share the same sentiment because I'm me. Somebody in I don't remember where it was when we were talking about the wedding and getting it sponsored. Obviously, there were some people that were upset about that for whatever reason, and they're like, "Oh, is this
Mr.
guy
Peanut.
going to get his fucking funeral sponsored?" And I'm like, "We can only hope."
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We
Yeah.
can only fucking hope that someone's making money from the death of me. I know a lot of people will be happy, but I'm hoping someone's profiting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But G and I were talking about it, and she was like, "Real talk, like, what do you want to happen to your body?" A lot of morbid conversations been going on
Love it.
in recent times for many
It's
reasons.
spooky time.
It's spooky time, everybody. And we're talking about like, what do I when I die?
Mhm.
When I die before Gia, because that's part of the deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, we're
of
all part of that
course.
thing. Yeah.
Then what do I want to happen to me? And my real answer is like, I don't really care. Like, I feel like whatever's the least expensive thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say donate me to science, get money from me.
Exactly.
If you can
That's-
sell my body to the government to blow stuff up, do it.
if you can get money, that's great. But even if you can't get money, it's like, just donate me to science. I don't know what they're going to do with my body, but like, I'm sure
they'll
somebody,
figure something
somebody
out.
will figure it out somehow.
Yeah.
Look at how hairy this
But-
guy was.
But I've been thinking about that a lot. Every time I'm in the shower, Greg,
Look
I
at
look
your
down,
arms.
I'm
He's
just
hairy
like,
too.
Greg said I'm hairy, which is just so, because I've always thought of you as so hairy.
Look at you're denser than me. You're thicker than me. It's what it is this halo effect. Is you've got like this bushy hair. Not bushy, but like your hair I think comes off the body.
I don't know. Yours definitely comes off more.
But
What I'm
yours
gonna
is like
need-
more of a singular
I have
layer.
like a nice thick bush. Greg has like some trees. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on there, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say there's something what we need, Roger,
Can't
eventually
wait till it
is
gets
gonna
clipped out that Tim
get
has a
some
nice
kind
thick
of
bush.
incredibly accurate, like to the millimeter tool that we could use to measure the hair. You know what I mean? See how deep from skin to top of the root where we're at.
Mm.
He's on it. He's on it, everybody. But she and I were talking about what would happen and whatever. I go through all that stuff. And she was like, obviously, like, she's like, I'm going to need some, like, not only do I need a will and all that stuff, because you just got to do all this stuff. She's like, I need detailed instructions of, like, getting me across the finish line of what you want to happen at the funeral.
And see, I feel like that's where we come in.
Oh, that's exactly 100%.
And Gia, we love you. We know you're listening to this. You listen to everything we do.
Oh, yeah.
Every each and every part. When Tim dies, your first call is to me and Nick, and we got it. You know what I mean? We got it from there.
That's it.
First call.
First call. Yeah.
Well, the other calls are going to be much harder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Breaking the news to friends and family, and me and Nick are like, we got it. It's going to be a hilarious funeral. We'll get back to you.
That's all that we need, right? We just need some levity.
Because you know what? Me and Nick are looking at confetti cannons. 2 confetti cannons,
See,
right?
this is
No,
exactly
I
it.
want the
This
cold
is-
spark machines.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, no,
Like,
but
no one will be able to get mad at me because I'll be gone.
We're
Yeah.
cremating him and putting him in the cannons.
Shooting me out.
Oh.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
So with this,
your
your
mouth
head's in
shut.
the exact right place. Where she is good at executing, but when it comes to the ideation of it all, she
Yeah.
just needs a little help to kind of understand, getting the ball rolling. She'll
Yeah.
keep it snowballing down the hill. But the idea I came up with, I was like, I don't really care how we get there, but I feel like it's only right for y'all to crowd surf my body.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
weekend at Bernie's.
And
Now the body or the coffin?
so
With
that
your
was my
body,
thing.
okay.
That was my thing. I'm like, I jumped to body. I'm like, these
That's
are
a
my
bit
friends.
much.
They're like, let's go.
I feel like you might start leaking.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot of that kind of stuff.
we have heaven
Fluids.
for that. He'll figure that part out.
Sure.
What does gauze do? You know what I mean?
Not enough in this situation.
I don't know. Maybe gauze
Not
me
enough
up.
in this
Gauze me
situation.
up.
Yeah, you
But,
gotta get
I
gauze in
was-
a lot of orifices.
We
I
were
think.
talking about this about, do I do it raw or do I do it in the coffin? I'm not exactly sure about those details, but I was telling my brother this. And I have said things to my brother for his entire life.
Yeah.
Literally since the day he was born.
Yeah,
I
you've
was
been
talking
talking to him a long
this little
time.
fucker.
Yeah.
And I've never seen him upset with me. Ever.
Yeah.
He's like, no, dude, like that's too far. Like, no. Like we're not joking about that. And I'm like,
Dang.
what? He's like, no, we're not holding your body like that. Maybe in a coffin, maybe we'll do some. No, we're not doing that. And I was like, this is fucking hilarious. I found the line.
See, it's back to it too of like what to do with you since you'll die before me.
Yes.
It is the idea of, and I'm Joey. I know you're gonna know what my mind is. Your mind. You're going right where I'm going. Of course. Royal Rumble 1994, right?
course.
Remember,
How could I
Yokozuna beats
not?
Undertaker in a casket match, which is unheard of course, because it was a casket
So
match.
memorable.
You assumed it would be Taker winning, right? But if you remember, all the bad guys ganged up on him and put him in there, and nobody helped. This is no DQ match. I was yelling at my TV. 11-year-old Greg yelling at the TV. Why? Where are the good guys? Why is it only the bad guys?
Where have all
running
the
out?
cowboys gone? You know.
Exactly. Paula Cole will never forget. But when they wheeled his casket out, Joey, what happened is it stopped and started emitting this smoke. I forget if it was green or
that's
purple or
gonna give us
whatever.
that shit.
Right. And everybody stood back,
It would
and
be
then
blue,
the
obviously.
Titantron started crackling with like electricity and stuff. And then we had a shot from inside the casket, but kind of above the casket. And then Undertaker does a whole speech, and then he from the casket like went neon, and then he raised up and then raised to the top of the Titantron. They had the Undertaker up there who ascended into heaven. And so like I think that's what we do with Tim.
Yeah.
Where we have his body here, but then crackling a message we've already pre-recorded. Roger, make a note. We gotta record a thing for Tim before he dies.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We should
On it.
update it every year too for the gray hairs and stuff.
Put it on
Yes.
the calendar.
And then we have
Update it
Tim go up there, and then we
annually.
have a different, because spoilers, it wasn't really Undertaker.
No.
I was very perplexed by this. My mom had explained it to me of like, Gregory, they never showed the face of the guy who went behind the Titantron. He was still in the casket. I was like,
So
oh.
now-
The day the magic
Roger,
died.
can you
Yeah, I
also
know,
note
right?
that we need to find a Tim doppelganger for this that's still alive?
On it.
We need to.
Oh, I
We need
mean,
to
this
probably
happens.
track these.
The subreddit happens all the time with this.
Oh,
but
yeah.
again, what the Undertaker
Usually it's
did,
Nick.
yeah, it's true. What they did is they had him in a hat, and he just looked down because the Taker wore it. So start wearing a big brim hat.
I'll get on that.
Thank you.
I bought a fedora.
That was a bad move.
It's for a
don't know that-
themed.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
I would have never bought
Gangsters,
it
20
otherwise.
gangsters?
A 1920s themed
Yeah.
Okay.
event.
You get a Tommy gun too?
No, I don't know if they're gonna like that in the venue.
What's the venue?
It's a Chinese restaurant.
I thought you were like going to a very crowded public place.
Yeah, no,
just a
no.
Chinese food restaurant.
Yeah, a
So
very nice
the crowded
one, but-
public place is better to bring this fake.
Well,
tent.
I mean, like, why would he want? I'm thinking we're at the Regency Ballroom again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, a
no,
giant
no.
live event. I understand.
Yeah.
No,
The
it's a
Chinese
wedding.
theater. I feel
It's
like
a
you can
wedding.
talk to the 25
Yeah,
people.
I don't
there.
think you can bring a fake gun to a wedding.
Yeah, I think it'd be frowned upon.
Here's what you also
Yeah.
should
The
do then.
least.
You know what I mean? You want to be the star of this wedding.
Of course I do.
Of course I do. I'm now again, Joey. I know
Yeah.
I'm just saying things you've heard a million times. I apologize.
SummerSlam 2004.
No, that would have been awesome if I had another. Did I say SummerSlam? I meant Royal Rumble.
No, you said Royal Rumble.
Okay.
I was just trying to diversify.
Just making
One
sure.
step
Well,
ahead.
it's funny because, of course, Royal Rumble 94, Undertaker ascends. SummerSlam 94, Undertaker versus Undertaker. Who's there?
Oh my
Greg Miller,
gosh,
little
this-
Greg Miller.
Is this like Tim officiating his own wedding?
Similar,
Versus
yeah.
Undertaker?
Anyways, back to this though. What I would do is, I'm sure you've seen it, the Renaissance fairs, right?
Uh-huh.
And then what happens is the Trekkies show up, and they act like they've time traveled to that
I have
thing.
not seen that.
That's awesome.
Holy hell,
It's
that's
awesome.
amazing.
The people who want to dress like Star Trek people dress like Star Trek people and show up, and they have like, I don't know Star Trek, but they're like, fucking
Beam me up,
Stardate
Scotty.
59. We're here, and this
Yes.
shit's happening.
Uh-huh.
There's a bunch of Neanderthals.
Mhm.
You can do that in this thing. You know what I mean? Show up as a Star Trek
Oh,
person.
you're time
who
traveling.
Time traveled to the 20s
Gotcha.
and brought a Tommy gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need a Tommy gun.
Again, I don't
Put an
know
orange tip on the end.
how appreciated this would be at a wedding. You know what I mean?
First off, with all do we know him well?
I mean, I do.
Do I?
No.
No, if you're doing a fucking goofy ass theme wedding, I would be. I'll paint my face like a Ninja Turtle and show up as a knife.
I want to throw a theme wedding where Greg comes as a Ninja Turtle. I don't even need to get. It's gonna be a fake
1920s
wedding.
Ninja Turtle. All right, you give me a theme. It's like, okay, why even do the 20s? What do they want? They want prohibition. They love the mafia. Like,
I
why
don't
are we
know.
doing
I
this?
honestly, I don't. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out this weekend when I go. But it is interesting that it is themed, and it is an unexpected theme. I will admit, knowing them, it's a little weird. But I'm excited to see what happens. I'm more excited to see how many people do it and how many don't, because I think what's gonna happen is I already know a couple people.
Wait,
are going.
whoa! How
This
many
is
people
like
aren't going to do it?
Themed
Yeah.
attire optional.
No, that's not cool.
No, it's not
That's
optional.
not cool.
But you just think people aren't going to do
I
it.
know already a couple people aren't going to, and I'm
James
telling them
Burke?
like no, James would fucking do it.
James
James
Burke would show up in a
already had-
1920s Giants.
James would not need to buy
1920s
anything.
Giant jersey,
Exactly.
and I would respect that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's I have a feeling that the people that don't are gonna look stupid. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're definitely going to stand out to some extent. So
Is this like a wedding with family, or is this just like the celebration?
you know,
Because
like,
the family part is always the wild card of like, can you convince grandma to dress up for this wedding?
so that's the weirdest part about this. I'm gonna be completely honest. This is the second wedding. So there was like a friends only wedding, and then now this is the friends and family wedding.
Okay.
The
Just even
more-
more
Are
interesting.
you sure
Traditional
you
wedding.
didn't confuse the invitations?
Oh, I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm 1,000%
That'd be awesome if he
positive.
came to the family wedding dressed as a 1920s gangster and nobody else was.
And like it's not gangster themed. You know what I mean? It's 1920s.
Great
it's more
Gatsby.
Great Gatsby, Flapper themed. Is Flapper an okay thing to say?
I
It
think
feels
so.
like a slur. Doesn't it feel like a slur?
No.
No, but I mean,
Flapper?
kind of.
It
But I mean,
does.
we
Thank
already
you,
thinking of,
Roger.
like,
at this point we already know that.
Which is like
Oh.
maybe not great, but also does anybody care?
I don't know. But
I think Flapper is like accurate to the character and dance and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, for sure. I just don't know where the source and origin of it came from. And like, you know. But what I do know is that this is the more traditional full family version of the wedding. And so it having this theme, it did make me think. It made me question, like, how is this going to go? Because I just don't see these grandmas and grandpas showing up in 1920s. I mean, I
The
guess they were
slang term
there.
flapper may derive from an earlier use of northern English, thank you for to mean teenage girl, referring to one whose hair is not yet put up and whose plaited pigtail
Braided, yeah.
braided. Well, is it
Well,
a P?
plated just means
Oh,
braided.
okay. Braided pigtail flapped on her back,
Now, please continue.
Oh.
or from an older woman meaning prostitute.
Roger, how come you didn't highlight
Oh,
that part?
okay.
Oh, I thought the sentence ended there. I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm excited. We'll see how this goes. I'm also a little concerned about my outfit.
What do you
One,
got?
I'm not a hat guy, so
No.
I got
Oh, the
this
fedora
fedora,
thing, yeah.
which I'm
Milady?
pretty. What's up?
Milady,
Yeah, I know it's gonna be. It's gonna be.
let me
very
tell you
annoying.
about the PC game I just coded.
I like the accent that you're adding on
That's
it.
a fucking PC loser accent. You know what I mean?
Wow, dang. Yeah,
Thank you for making games though.
Of course. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this all shakes out because
Here,
my fedora. It's
So what's the
black.
rest? Yeah, what's the rest of the outfit?
It's very, very similar to my normal outfits. Luckily, I get to get away with things because I already have a multitude of colored
Yeah.
suits.
Sure.
So like my red velvet jacket, which does not get enough play, it'll be able to get some play. It looks very Great Gatsby. They liked the velvet stuff. But yeah,
Did you have to get your outfit approved?
no. Perhaps they would want me to, but I'm not going to.
Well, if people are not showing up,
That's my thing. Like I already just know. Some of my friends too. I'm a little embarrassed.
It's
quite
back
frankly.
to the thing of like, if you show up as a Trekkie
Yeah.
or a 1920s Ninja Turtle, which is a great idea, if I do say so myself, do it in black and white, dope. You know what I mean?
So
Everything's
now we have to paint Tim in grayscale on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
as
Okay.
a turtle. But I mean, like, you'd at least be respected for doing something versus James Burke just standing there in a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Eating his chow mein. Like, come on, man, do something.
Yeah.
Now here, let's just talk about making the outfit a little better. All right,
Just a little better. Okay.
fedora,
So it's a black
See-
fedora, black fedora
Floridora.
with the red underlining, like the
Like that.
underside of the
Yeah, I like
the
that.
hat
Okay.
is
my
red,
Carmen
yeah,
San
yeah.
and it
Diego
matches
hat.
the red of the velvet. The velvet
Yeah.
has black lapels, so I got a nice little theme going on. I bought some fucking sick ass red leather shoes,
Yeah.
like dress shoes. I don't know if they're gonna be here in time.
Oh,
So I'm
upsetting.
really rolling the dice
Rolling
on
the dice.
this one. I
Very-
tried my best though. As soon as I heard the theme, I fucking ordered these things. But you know how custom shipping and all,
Sure.
custom making, I guess. Rough out here.
So then the next thing I would do to really up this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what's Gia dressing like?
a little flapper.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
the plan. But I think for her, people stress over themes. I get it, But I'm also like weirdly prepared for some of them, so I'm like less stressed. She doesn't know. There's a lot of like ifs, ands, and buts going
Sure,
on.
Yeah.
sure.
And I'm just like, don't worry, just what I'm wearing. As long as she's worried about looking too costumey, which is always the push and
Totally.
pull of these things.
Every time I've gone to a 1920s themed wedding, I'm worried about looking too costumey. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Big concern for me. Looking at the invitation. You know what I mean? But here's what let's just take the immersion to another level then.
Okay.
Constantly introduce Gia as your second wife.
Mhm.
I didn't know you're married before. Yeah, she died on the Titanic 8 years ago. It was real rough. You know what I mean? And
Hella
if-
in character.
Also going
Okay.
to, if you want carry some stuff, you're suing the White Star Line over this whole Titanic business.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a very litigiously drawn out
Yeah,
process.
yeah.
8 years.
We haven't had Kevin's not here. He would know. When was Black Friday? When was
November.
No.
No, like the stock market
the stock
crash.
market crash, right? Are we all coming? We got to be coming up on that, right?
I don't know.
God,
that.
it is,
Tell me about that.
It is 1860.
Shut the fuck up. You're telling me
No,
that
there
Black
was a
Friday
stock
was in
thing.
September?
No, there was a stock market crash that fucked everything up in the 20s. Stock market
1929
Wasn't
Omega Buster.
1929.
Yeah, it was the Roaring 20s.
Until it stopped roaring.
Yeah.
Yeah, stopped.
Great
That was the
depression.
Spanish flu.
We're doing the
that too.
yeah. We're doing the opposite for our 20s. You know what I mean? We started bad with COVID.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Can only
okay.
get
Only up
better.
from here.
Yeah, right. What could go
Yeah.
wrong?
Bring your
No.
fedoras back, I guess.
And Ninja Turtles in grayscale.
Yeah.
I feel like if you are gonna dress,
no, Roger!
Holy shit, dude.
It
This
was ironic. It was ironic.
I know,
Yeah,
I know,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing, though.
Off your snap.
It's probably like 15, yeah.
Good lord.
That's crazy.
What forum did you post this to?
It was just my
Snapchat.
Snapchat group chat.
Okay,
I saved
okay.
it for forever.
Black
You knew
Cat
that this
Stash
was gonna
Games
age
dot
really
net
well.
Forum.
God, I love that.
So again, we're just open to what we can do with your funeral. Anything we want there? Because I don't.
That's not what I said, but like,
Anything
no.
we want.
It's a
Well,
pomp and
Gia calls
circumstance.
immediately. Gia, here, you can even do this if you want.
Yeah.
Tell Gia. Well, Gia's listening, I know.
Uh-huh.
But when like
Of
me and
course.
Nick want to be group called when you start choking.
Okay.
Like okay, and we understand. Oh,
You
no,
want, like, a
he,
little
he
heat in the
swallowed
body.
it. He swallowed the biscuit. He's okay.
Yeah.
But if we want to know if it
no,
goes south
you guys
right
want
there.
a group FaceTime so you can
Yeah,
be
we
with
need-
Tim
we
in
need
his
the
final
proof.
moments.
Yeah, he wanted
You
to
know.
be filmed on screen recording. These were his wishes. You have like sleep apnea. She's
Definitely
going
not
to
Tim yelling "call 911" and she being like, "I have to call Greg and
It's fine.
Greg
She
and
can-
Nick. What if this
she
is the
knows the
time?"
rules. man.
She can yell out for Echo to do it. You know what I mean? Don't
Are you
worry about it.
leaving?
Bye, Lisa.
Bye, Lisa.
Bye.
I don't know, man. Your funeral's gonna be a scene. I'll tell you that.
It's gonna
I'm,
be a
I'm
scene.
excited for that.
It is. I think
what
a lot
kind
of
of
people
dress
are gonna cry.
code do you want us to have for
Yeah,
your
what,
wedding or for
1920s?
your funeral?
1920s Ninja Turtles
1920s blue Ninja
slash Star Trek.
But in grayscale.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of. I don't know why when you say that I always just picture everybody as a Ninja Turtle in a trench coat.
Because the movie.
That's good.
You
That's
know?
good. Yeah.
So
That trench coat turtle, man, that'll once you see that, it changes something in you.
Yeah, it
You know what I
does, yeah.
mean?
Like he could blend in. No one would know.
No one would know.
This giant rotund individual, the most conspicuous trench coat I've ever seen.
Right.
you don't have a dress code for us other than that.
No,
Blue's
not
right.
yet. I got to
Blue's
work
right.
on it, but it's probably going to be blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I back to this Chinese food wedding.
Uh-huh.
This is the problem I got is the family and friends aren't committed to the bit. Like we were all so committed for your wedding.
Dude, this goes so deep. Like, you know what I mean? This is one of those things where I gotta like draw the line of like how much shit I'm gonna talk about, how much I hate my fucking friends sometimes. But yeah, no, this is specifically one of those things. The people that told me that they're not gonna dress up, I'm like, you in particular need to fucking do this, you little idiot.
Yeah,
But
get it together.
They're not gonna do it, so it's rough out there. But I'll do it for all of them.
You'll get to laugh at them when they're at the wedding and they're not dressed up and they're like,
Oh.
egg on my face.
Oh, I'm going to, and they're gonna get called out, and it's going to embarrass them, and I'm going to not help that situation at all.
You're going to be part of the calling
I'm
out.
1000% going to be like, I fucking told you so, you stupid little shit.
You should do a thing where, again, Roger, mark this down. We got to record it on an annual basis. We record you mocking the people who didn't dress up or dress in blue for your funeral, and then we can play the video.
I like that.
You can even do like Greg, unless you died too, who didn't dress in blue, and I'll be like, fucking James, James as usual. There's no fun over here. You know what I mean? James Burke in his Giants jersey wouldn't wear blue for you, Tim.
Should your funeral also be a roast? Should we bring that back?
I feel like I've been roasted as much as I possibly need to at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm roastable anymore. I'm unroastable.
But the roast is equally about roasting everybody else that's there.
See, that's true. And I have a lot of friends that they need to get
Yeah.
taken
This is
down
a close
pay.
line we need to be careful on, all right? Because I don't think every time people speak about you at a funeral should be a roast, okay? And to be very clear, you're all speaking at my funeral
Oh, okay.
this April.
Oh.
I talked to you a long time ago about this, and I actually think I slept on it for the last birthday.
Yeah.
But of course, I hate to just, I know you know this so well, Joe.
Yeah.
Kathy Kelly in a WWE backstage
thank you.
interview, all right? A
Uh-huh.
WWE personality, a WWE
Current.
superstar, just like me.
This is not an old story.
Okay.
She put on her Instagram in the past year, like at her grandfather's birthday anniversary, he had passed away or whatever.
Mhm.
She's like, "Oh, I'm missing, my grandfather. I'm getting all this wrong. I'm missing my grandfather. Blah 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 blah. He was so cool, and it was like a multiple story thing. And one was a photo. She's like, on his whatever birthday, he threw himself a funeral and made his friends come and say nice things about him because he was like, why wait till I'm gone to hear
Yeah.
it? And I'm like, that's I literally DM'd her. I'm like, I'm stealing that. And she's like, you should. So I'm gonna get a coffin. We're gonna put it right here. And
Is
we'll have
this
a little.
the test bed for crowd surfing Tim's dead
No,
body?
no one's
Okay.
crowd surfing. But we'll have a little podium here,
Yeah.
and I'll sit there and drink while everybody comes up and
Sit there
says
and
stuff
drink.
on stream.
The classic dead
sorry.
person maneuver.
Well, I'm not gonna lay there dead. The photo,
not gonna lay
the photo
there
of her
dead.
Kathy Kelly's grandfather was having a great time in his little coffin. You know what I
Can we
mean?
get you one of those like slanted coffins
It
like
has
in
to be.
Yeah,
Saw?
100%.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
perfect.
The amount of flowers has to just be unreal.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, how traumatizing is this going to be for Ben?
He doesn't know what death is.
Oh, okay.
this is how he's going to learn.
Who said I'm not bringing him here to have a speech?
he has to talk.
Yeah.
God.
Remember that thing he put up? He's like, I like my dad because he plays with me. Like, that's what's he gonna say up
But
here?
that's a whole
It's
year
wasted
from now.
time.
But then he
That could
needs
be
to
Troy
hear,
Baker talking. You know what I mean?
That needs to hear what Andy has to say.
Mhm.
Nobody needs to hear what Andy. I don't want Andy to speak. I'm gonna send him
All
off.
of your friends
send him
except
off
for
at an
Andy.
event. You know what I mean? Get out of here, Andy.
Oh, man.
If you didn't know, everybody, this is the Kind of Funny podcast. Every week, each and every week, 4, sometimes 3 best friends gather on this table, each come to talk about whatever it is they want to talk about. If you like that, you should be watching live, just like Eric is, Anthony is, Toby Blue is, Jumbo is. Of course, if you have the Kind of Funny membership, either on patreon.com/kindoffunny or youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, you can watch us record all of our afternoon podcasts privately in the afternoon as we record them and before they go up for free the next day on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames and podcast services around the globe, chock full of ads and old news. Everyone's going to know about James Burke and my great Ninja Turtles idea by the time this goes live. I look over here, I see Madeline Stanley. She's already reporting it.
He's reporting.
Kind of funny
the streets.
fans.com/news. Greg Miller wants to have a Ninja Turtle in a 1920s Chinese food wedding.
The Chinese food wedding is like the greatest part of it.
How big is this Chinese restaurant?
It's very big. It's
Oh, okay.
China Live. You know China
Oh,
Live?
I do know China Live.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very,
okay,
very
okay.
cool. It's
If
a
you were
cool
gonna have
spot.
it at a Chinese restaurant, that would be
Pretty
the one
good
to
That's,
do.
I
idea.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. Should be fun.
I have a
dance.
question going back to your funeral. What
Through
if
the intro.
we turned your body into diamonds? You
Okay.
can do that with bodies now.
Really?
Yes.
We
like-
have the technology.
Yeah. Or maybe not bodies. Maybe it's your ashes. It's all kind of boils down
Yeah,
to
I
the
guess
same
that-
thing.
that would
Yeah, I think that's probably more.
But I
of
think
it.
that would be fun. And then as a little parting gift, we all get a little diamond Tim, you know?
I like that.
Yeah,
Spread the wealth.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, with the Crystal Head vodka from Dan Aykroyd,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be filtered through crystals with spirits. So I'd like that if you guys could work on that, get my crystal to Dan Aykroyd to get some vodka made. Pretty dope.
You put your spirit in the crystal.
It's painful. Painful for everybody involved.
God.
Anyways, you got no bucks to toss our way. No big deal. YouTube.com/KindaFunnyGames podcast services around the globe each and every week. Some housekeeping for you. Remember, we're all about live talk shows. You get Gamescast, Games Daily, streams each and every weekday starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you're watching this when it posts at 6 a.m. on Tuesday, guess what? We'll be live in 2 hours to react to the PlayStation Pro, we assume, news.
Yeah.
So be ready for that in an early day of content. That'll be a lot of fun. Of course, on Friday, Snowbike Mike is finally starting Kingdom Hearts 2. And he's doing a marathon stream, twitch.tv/KindaFunnyGames, only on Twitch because of how long you can stream on YouTube. So look for that to be uploaded later to YouTube.
You guys don't understand the joy that you have coming in the next week. Mike playing this game is going to be some of the greatest kind of funny content of all time. He loved one so much, he doesn't know what he's about to get into.
More Mickey.
Some of y'all fucking know. And it's just about to be ridiculous. And he's about to get delusional for this marathon stream. I don't know, man. It's going to be a fun time.
There's going to be a lot of Snowbank Mike's stories in the next few weeks, I feel like.
Can't wait. The adventure he's on right now, it's going to be good.
I cannot read them right now, but
No.
the text messages I got from Mike today, to say they're alarming is the biggest under. Roger, did you hear the ones? I'll have to tell you off camera, but
I heard the video Roger got.
Yeah, I got a video, which
Yeah.
he didn't realize that he was sending to me in like 144p. So
Right.
it's just kind of like 4 pixels, but I figured it out and it's not good.
we need to have a conversation. We need to have a lot of conversations about Mike, but I think that we might have finally crossed the line of like, we're letting too much happen.
When I'm getting DMs from other games journalists about them peeing next to each other on the road, yeah.
Yeah.
Something in the middle of the night, yeah, something's going on.
Did Mike ever, I must have missed the content, but did he end up telling the story about a man peeing on him?
No, I have not heard that
have
one. I have
no
not
idea
heard
what
that
you're
one,
talking
no.
about.
You'll have to ask him about the context of that,
Huh.
but it's not what you expect.
So it's a different P story?
This is a totally different P story. This one happened in Washington.
What?
Yeah, apparently he was a very, very tall man, and he just missed.
This is a nightmare scenario.
Thank you to our Patreon producers, Daryl Levine, James Hastings, Casey Andrew, Carl Jacobs, and Nathan Lamoth. Today we are brought to you by Shady Rays and Hymns, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, over in the Patreon chat with the Trogs, Ian Johnston says, one day Greg will say my name. And here's where I don't like your name, Ian Johnston, and it feels bad on my mouth. Why put the T in there? Ian Johnson. It would be so much better. Johnston. Joss Whedon situation. You know what I mean?
That is.
Ian Johnston. And how many times you get called Ian Johnson, Ian? And at what point are you going to stop being a salmon swimming against the current? You know what I mean? Just freaking get with us in society and be Ian Johnson. Then you'd have some kind of claim when somebody goes, Charlie Murphy's cooking Johnsonville brats. A great commercial if I ever saw one. But we're not here to talk about Ian Johnson and a misplaced T. Instead, we're here to answer Cozy Bear.
I'm so happy the camera was just on you for all of that.
Roger's doing art.
He's
You know what I
doing
mean?
art.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one thing I know about Raj.
Art.
He does art.
It's true, Raj. You do. Cozy Bear.
Whoa.
Cozy Bear
Never
wrote
seen
in
that
to kindoffunny.com/KF podcast, just like you can, and says this. And thank God Andy's not on the show because it's about him. Many years ago, Andy Cortez tweeted a $1 billion idea. A bar that plays music at about half the volume of all other bars, end quote. With this as a starting point, what are Kinda Funny's 10 commandments of the ultimate bar experience?
See, I love
Ooh.
this as a prompt. As a bar enthusiast, I would say.
You're a bar enthusiast.
I don't know. I like bars. I like friends. I like drinks. I like music. I like
Okay.
a lot of combinations.
You
of
love
these
Chinese
things.
food.
I do love Chinese food.
Mhm.
The biggest problem with this, though, is that I do not know the 10 commandments fit one bar because I feel like there
Depends
are
on what kind of vibe you want.
there's different types of bars necessary. You know what I mean? So I feel like the starting place is what is the bar that we're trying to build here. Because like I feel like to build the bar that Andy's talking about, we've all been there. We literally were with Andy when he wrote this tweet because we knew
This is
what-
in Austin.
this was in
This
Austin.
isn't- yeah,
It was a
RTX.
way too small place, way too loud. We're just trying to talk. There's no dance floor.
It
Why are we
did
pumping
have
jams?
swings at the bar.
There
and
were
that
swings
was
at the
cool.
bar.
That's true. Just two. though,
Commandment
right?
number 1, no matter what type of bar,
Swings.
Swings.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The problem is you're inevitably going to have somebody crack their head open. People go to
On the
bars and what do they
swings.
get? They get wasted.
Yeah.
Then they get on the swings. They go up. They go down.
Yeah.
Ka-chunk, you know?
That's something that always surprises me that like darts are so popular at bars.
Sure.
Because the amount of darts that I've seen thrown at human beings at a bar, it's like
I
maybe we
wonder-
should stop
Outside of
I
Yancey's.
bet
It was
you
just
still
I
have
was going to
It's
say,
just
outside of
Yancey's,
Yancey's
yeah.
in the lovely sunset, how many dartboards are you seeing these days?
this. But the amount of times I've seen someone get darted at Yancey, sometimes not even in the group.
I wonder if I still have a picture of it because I have one of it was some drunk house party and we threw a dart directly into Gary's foot. It was bad
Oh,
news.
man.
Gary Whittam?
No, different Gary.
Yeah, Cool Greg got a dart to the leg one time. Not at Yancey's. We were just throwing darts in my friend Riley's
Yeah, that
garage.
happens. Yeah. Big Fat Robert threw that knife in my face once.
Yeah.
When I learned I was invulnerable to knives.
Oh, fuck.
So, I hear you. And it is a great question
I got one.
Mm-hmm.
for where we're at. Because, again, this is right now we're trying to figure out what kind of bar we're building.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just have like one for that. I think goes for all bars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, lay it on me.
$6 beers.
Okay.
Think about that. You know what I mean? We're thinking about like building.
Why not do $5.50?
Nah, I think $6 is fine.
He's trying to
You
be
know what I mean?
realistic
Yeah,
about
realistic.
this.
Like I think that's like, and I'm talking like a Bud Light. Like I'm talking like a lower, not like an IPA on tap. I'm just saying we gotta have like we can't have $8 Bud Lights or whatever.
God, no,
Yeah,
fuck that.
I'm with you. I do like. I've never personally done it, but I do like that. It
Buckets?
seems that. No, what's that?
A bucket of beer.
Oh yeah, no. It seems like a lot of the bars are that I'm familiar with have a beer and shot combo.
Yes.
option.
Sure,
Yes.
sure.
And that's usually a little bit more budget
Boilermaker.
focused. I just appreciate that. Like, I
Yeah,
feel like
like-
that's like a nice offering. There seems to be some
man.
type of understanding going on.
I'm going. I need a beer. I'm gonna be sitting here talking about bars. You know what I mean?
I'll get you one.
He's,
No,
"Oh, man, I'm
what do we
going."
got? I can't. I don't want any of the ones we got.
We only have the
Yeah,
the,
I don't
the
want
keg ones.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
You
trust
sure?
the keg. Yeah, keg's been going too long now.
It's been going too long. I feel you though.
Is
Wait,
there-
what do you
know what I mean?
mean? Like you're just scared? Like it's? I mean,
I didn't like the beer I had off the keg last time I had a beer off the keg, and then the beers we had floating around aren't my style.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
Dad.
No beers.
But
I
yeah,
could go across the street. It's just I'm in the middle of hosting a show. Andy,
we got Cool Greg over there.
Is
Oh, cool,
Andy
Greg?
even home?
no, he's here.
Is Cool Greg over there? Can you send Cool Greg in here?
We're such assholes. Andy, come here. Is Cool Greg here? All right, good.
Fucking useless human beings,
Should
all
that
of
be
us.
the new bit for Andy?
We just always call him to ask for someone else.
And it's also we're so short staffed. We haven't mentioned we're at the big desk, of course, just three of us because Mike's on assignment, Bless is on assignment, Nick's on vacation,
Barrett's
Andy's been
out.
on everything. Barrett's been on, or Barrett's off, yeah.
Kevin's at the doctor.
And Cool Greg's being cool.
Cool Greg, can
Something.
you go across the street and buy some beers because we're talking about beer?
So simple.
I don't want the keg. I didn't like the keg red one last I had. I'm still in if they got it, I don't even know. I'm in a Sapporo mood. I'm in that kind of thing.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like I'm in that. And if not,
Fancy.
they just get a Bud Heavy.
Can you get the
Oh, that's so
the
gross.
21st Amendment one? Thank you. The green one?
You're going
Thank
for the hops, the one?
Just
yeah.
the IPA, yeah.
Yeah.
Brew free or die or whatever.
Sure. Well, that's gold. That's orangish. That's the Abraham
That's the
Lincoln.
blood orange one. They changed it to green.
Did they?
They
Oh my
did.
god, I missed
Yeah,
that. I missed that.
Huge news.
Huge
news, everybody.
$6 beer. That's not bad.
I like it.
But I
think
like
that's
also
important.
like the beer shot combo. I feel like that is like any type of combo, any type of deal where I feel like
Give me a
can,
deal.
I can start off with something
A
and of course,
Boilermaker is
you know,
what you want.
like 2 drinks in, and then I'm like, okay, $15 cocktails, whatever. Like I don't care.
Now I'm gonna make a big jump here.
You go beer then cocktail.
Yeah, I'm always starting with a beer. You gotta have a beer with your buds. You gotta have a beer with your buds.
He sends you a picture every time he has a beer with Leanza.
Yeah, it's always
You
a
know
beer.
this.
And
He's
you know,
drinking
Yeah,
a
no,
beer.
I know.
Roger.
It's just I thought, isn't it a
It-
beer before liquor?
bullshit.
You get even
Fuck
sicker
that.
looking
Fuck
for
that.
beer.
It's a
in the
lie.
club.
That's all
I don't think
bullshit.
Bullshit. No, I've lived that life, brother.
Well, you guys are just drinking too much. That's in
That's
general.
also true. I'm there to fucking tie one on and go. You know what I mean?
You can start with whatever you want as long as you just, drink a glass of water in between every
Oh
drink.
my god. Why don't I ride the
Plan.
exercise bike in between every time too, Roger?
That's a
Come
good idea.
on.
That's a good idea.
So the thing I'm going to add that seems like a very big departure from the world that we're in, but I argue actually is a killer fucking bar need
Lights.
is
Shot
the
ski.
wheel, the spin wheel.
See,
you know what I mean?
We're building a bar that I don't know if I want to go to as much, but I do like it when I'm in that mood.
So
But what's on the wheel?
So I'm jumping around a bit here. All right. I think I'm taking back. I'm rescinding what I said earlier of like,
Okay.
oh, it's a bunch of different bars. We can't make one perfect bar. I think we can. And I think to me, something that should happen is I like when one bar has multiple functions. I like
Yes.
when there's like two rooms that are delineated enough that they can share a bar or not share a bar, whatever. Hopefully not, so that there's options for speed,
Yeah.
But one that is a little bit more party and one that is a little bit more talky, because you want to be able to get that mix and match between the two, get the energy right, And I feel like that way, in the bar in the middle, you have the wheel. And the wheel is always fun. For people that don't understand what I'm talking about, it's just a wheel, like a Wheel of Fortune wheel, and all of them have just different things. You might get like a very expensive shot. You might get a really cheap shot. You might get some fucking bullshit.
So it's all alcohol that's on the wheel.
Yes, all of it's alcohol.
We're
so-
Jackalopes vets. I forget what they used
They
to
have
have in there.
Plinko.
Yeah, didn't they have a wheel for a while too? Or am I thinking?
I think it's just Plinko.
I'm thinking of somebody different.
But spinning the wheel is always a fun event. And I feel like it's the type of event that even the people that are over there chilling, like having the talks, if it's happening 15 feet away from them, anytime someone spin the wheel, they're going to stop their conversation to be like, what are they going to get?
Like this?
You know what I mean?
Like this type of
Can
thing?
I put a request on the wheel?
Yeah.
I think on the wheel we need to have Jello shots.
Well, exactly. Raj, it's like this, but like I feel like you need even more options, and it has to be a bit more like risk reward type situation where it's like
Malort.
yeah, like you're getting either like high quality liquor or you're getting
Some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
Wait. So is this like a,
Or for now,
hey,
I
whatever
guess.
you spin, you get it for free?
No, this is usually it's
You pay for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you pay for whatever.
But
It's
that's
like-
the idea. Is like
But it's
the,
kind of discounted, right?
Yeah, the idea is this is going to be like $5, and the margarita, let's say, is $7, but then the cheap beer, of course, is $3. You know what I mean?
Gotcha,
It's one of those things where it's
Yeah.
like you
That's
could.
cool. I like this.
Yeah.
But and again, you're setting up a party, college-y kind of bar or whatever.
No, it doesn't need to be. That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's a level to this.
He
that-
put a wheel there, and he thinks Kamala Harris is going to come in for a beer. all
See,
right.
on the wheel, I was expecting you to have like a shot ski, the shambongs,
I mean, I love that too. I had a couple of
shots.
those.
have
some
the
fun.
luge, the shot
yeah,
luge.
Yeah. See, the bars that I've liked best that have it are not crazy party bars. It's just like a more like the Irish pub vibe type bars.
Oh,
And
my
then they
shillelagh.
have this. Usually, it's a very nice little wheel. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's not trying to bring
understated.
it's understated, but it's there.
No lights.
You know? Yeah. You ain't
No
trying to get
sounds.
no sounds. Definitely no sounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a bar you can speak at, of course.
Yes.
I like a good brew pub. I'm a big beer. I like a good mixed drink. I'm not trying to take a shot at cocktails here. I'm not trying to stop that. But if I was opening up something that I could enjoy, it would be a brew pub. It would be we're making beers over there. We're serving them over here. We got this rotating list of a million great things or whatever. I want skylights. If not one of those, if we're in SF, it's tough, I know. But like if one of those like doors or like the windows you roll up, so you have all that natural light and air breathing.
Oh,
I don't want it
okay.
to feel like a bar where it's like you're
Yeah.
in there and it's dark
You
and
want it like
stuffy.
industrial?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of what the Russian River does up in Windsor, and then a billion other places. I'm trying to think of touchstones I can point you guys to that have done it more recently.
Have you ever done like Stone Brewery?
Yeah.
In San Diego,
Yeah,
where it's like
of course.
outdoors.
Yeah,
and
they have like
roll
the
doors
fire pits and
stuff.
everything, but
Yeah.
they're huge, right? I would want it smaller than that.
Yeah.
A little bit like Sunset Reservoir, which is now rest in peace. I
R.I.P.
know. I know.
Oh, we tried to go, and they were only doing reservations.
Wow.
So sad.
Yeah. And even to a degree, what Social was in the Sunset.
R.I.P.
Mm.
Man.
R.I.P.
Love
again.
that
Another
place.
one.
They had great skylights, just the worst service you've ever seen in your life.
True.
Worst. I mean, it's not a big. It wasn't a big bar either. Just a worst fucking service. They went under new management 4 different times. Nobody could figure out how to serve you. Doesn't matter. I stopped. But I remember I had one nice experience in there where I worked from the bar. Like I forget what Jen was doing that night or whatever, and I went
I don't
in
know
there.
why I was imagining you behind the bar, towel
Oh.
over your shoulder. What can I get
Now
you?
here's the thing, Joe. I'll tell you
Uh-huh.
straight up, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Roger, give me my one. Buffalo Wild Wings, Ceremony, give me a shot. Let me be a server for a day. I guarantee I will increase my own tips by 300%. All right? I will go in there. I will crush this shit. I'm so good at it, and I've never done it once, but I tell you, I'm great, and people love me. However,
Have you been practicing spinning the chair around?
I could, yeah, exactly. Oh, who wants some tater skins? but
Don't
no,
offer kids your taters, Greg, please.
you got me in trouble once. No, I couldn't do behind the bar. I couldn't deal with that pressure. Server, I could do. Behind the bar pressure, no, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I stay away from that 100%.
To add to the list for bar things, I don't know if it's like a 10th commandment, but we need to bring back the Joan from
Riddler.
Riddler, thank
Riddler,
you. Which is a glass
God.
of house wine, cheap ass shit wine, but it's filled to the very brim.
Riddler was great too.
It was so
Rest in
good.
peace.
And it's just gonna be $12, and you're gonna get a full ass wine glass. And
It's half
is
a
it gonna be
bottle.
good? No,
Here's some
but you're gonna have.
They
a fun
limited
time.
how many you can get.
after Joe went crazy. Bone Jangles in the chat live with us says the beer exchange here has a stock market crash
Oh, I've
mechanic.
seen this.
Not exactly sure what causes the crash, but pints can drop to $1. I am unaware of what. I've never been to one like this, but I've heard of this. Have you heard of this?
I've
No.
seen
Th-
TikToks.
It's where they have the beers up, and based on what's being bought, the prices change, both going up and down until there can be a crash and everything's really cheap. I like that mechanic. I like
Yeah.
that goofy shit like that.
Mhm.
There was a similar one. I haven't seen one. I'm sure they exist in a million different places. There is a, God, I'll get all of this wrong too. When I went home this last time for Christmas, yeah, because it was snowing, we went to a place that had a bunch of beers as well, but it was like you got a card and you went up there and you poured yourself. And
Oh,
so
those
there
are
was the
really
thing-
fun.
Yeah, and so like it was kind of like all you can eat buffet kind of thing, but you could try it a bunch of different beers and get smaller pours and yada yada. You could tap it for food and stuff too.
Love that
I
shit.
like that a lot too.
Yeah, I've done it at a winery.
yeah.
There's
yeah.
one in
They've
San
had it.
Mateo.
Yeah.
San Mateo.
Um,
Oh, this is a great question, but before we get to it, I'll remind you that this show is only possible because of our sponsors and you. If you want to help us out, you can pick up a Kind of Funny membership. Of course, you'd support a small business of 11 people making really cool content each and every day. Some would say far too much for the same 11 people we have, but it's great because we're killing it and having a great time. You get all of our shows ad-free. You get the ability to watch podcasts like this live as you record them, and you get your daily dose of me in Greg way. But since you're not using your benefits of being a member, here's a word from our sponsors.
This episode's brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends over at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers an unrivaled product that's just as good as any expensive pair that we've worn. Durable frames and world-class optics for all outdoor adventures. With an extensive array of styles and colors, you're bound to find the perfect pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. Y'all know I've been outside a lot in the sun playing some Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing my Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. You can try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. shadyrays.com, use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. This episode is brought to you by Hims. Guys, sometimes intimate moments happen spontaneously, and we'll always want to be ready so we can perform in the bedroom. Hims has treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, giving you that boost of confidence so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. No insurance is needed. Pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/kindafunny. That's HIMS.com/kindafunny for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/kindafunny. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products, which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions, details, and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Here we go. Cool Greg.
shit.
Cool Greg made it
Hell
happen
yeah.
as always. Thank you, Cool Greg.
Cool, Greg. Can I bother you to hand me one of the Twisted teas or whatever they are from the fridge?
Twisted up.
Brown, 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 brown.
Something else that think we need to enact at our bar. I think that you should be able to get flights of any drink. Like if I want to try a bunch of different flavored shit,
Okay,
I should be
sick.
able to
Okay.
get like
Okay.
little tasters of everything.
Yeah.
Or even if I want just like a little bit of a dirty Shirley and a little bit of a margarita and a little bit of a
Oh, see, I
espresso
can't. I don't
martini.
follow you there. I don't go there unless they're on tap.
Yeah, that's
Anything
fine.
that's on tap, yeah, you should be able to get tasters.
But
of no problem.
we should be able to do tap batch cocktails.
There's a place,
And if they're on
Yeah.
tap, I'm totally down. I
there's
just
a
don't want
place not
somebody
far from
making
here
using
called Flights.
Oh, that's right.
And that's what they do.
They just
But they
charge
also do it for food as well. You get like a
What?
flight of tacos. You get a flight of sliders. You
Where
get a
is
flight
this?
of
But can I mix and match the
Burlingame?
flights?
Oh, okay.
I want to say.
Can I
Lovely
mix
Burlingame.
and match the flights?
I don't know, but we can.
'Cause
We
I
have
want-
the science
thank
to
you.
go test at some point.
I was Steelhead Brewer used to be down there, 20 years ago, and I hadn't been back in a long time. Clearly,
Uh-huh.
so I went one day when I was coming back from. It wasn't this most recent Dragon Age thing, like maybe a year ago when things started coming back. Coming back from EA or PlayStation, I had time to kill. I'm like, I'm gonna go eat at Steelhead and get a beer like I used to, and it was out of business. Rest in peace.
Oh no!
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Just to another great week without Nick in the office.
Oh god.
Here's where I want to bring in. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Cool Greg. Benny Be Good, who gives a super chat, which is very rare in these shows, but we appreciate it. On topic, are dogs allowed at the bar? But Tim, off topic, what do you think of Linkin Park's new singer? Good original work, but covers don't get me. We'll start there. Just
Start there real quick. I mean, I am thrilled beyond belief that Linkin Park is back. Love the new song. Very big fan overall of this. I think it's Linkin Park's one of my favorite bands. Really excited about this. Obviously, mired with controversy as most changes are these days. One, replacing Chester is an impossible task. And two, a lot of conversations around Scientology and support of horrible things and all that stuff. As far as where I stand on all this, it sounds like she's debunked all the shit necessary to be debunked. Scientology is a messy ass fucking game. All this shit I don't fucking like. I don't care. All that I'm staying out of. Chester's son's coming out today saying a whole bunch of other shit that's like,
Ooh, I
sounds like
missed
a lot of
that.
people aren't happy about things. And I totally understand that. But when we're talking about the music here,
remove all of that and just talk about the
yeah,
performance.
and even with that stuff, where so far it sounds like a lot of people want to be mad, so they're mad. Like and at any point, if I see something, I'm like, oh shit, this is fucking actually bad. Then I'll change my thoughts on this very quickly, as I often do with this type of shit. But I love it. Really, really big fan. Obviously, it's not Chester, but nothing ever will be. I like how different it is. Definitely willing to give it many more shots. Excited for the album.
Yeah, this might have been one of the first times I feel like where I could see it spread in the office of like you were like, oh, I'm listening to this Linkin Park thing, and that like pinged a bunch of other people being like, oh fuck, it's 3:00. So it was fun to listen to. I think especially too, it's like if the option is this girl who like I liked her performance that I watched, or we just get no more Linkin Park for the rest of life, I would rather have Linkin Park.
Yeah, the
In
new
a
shit
new
sounds
iteration.
awesome, and I feel like it sounds very in the spirit of the old stuff, which is like all I can ask for, really. Her doing the old songs obviously is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. Doesn't rub me the wrong way. I will say I wasn't particularly thrilled with her performance of the older stuff, but like I didn't dislike it. So, and also that was the first time, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Are dogs allowed at the bar, Joey?
Yeah, 100%.
Of course. Come on now. What are we? What are we?
But do we have
What
to
are
put any
we?
parameters around there?
Again,
I
with
want-
my thing, you got the open rolling doors in the sunlight. I feel like
Yeah.
that's not just like, some stanky dink bar.
Yeah.
Something in the mission.
I feel like dogs should be allowed. I feel like they should be allowed most places, but I do think that like
It adds
most
a chaos
things,
factor.
but I just feel like you need to be able to control whatever factors you're bringing to a public space. You need to be able to have some level of control or understanding of. And like I say that with one yappy ass dog, but he yaps enough for the two of them.
Yeah.
Then I just won't bring them to places that's a problem. You know what I mean? And like that's then a me thing. Even though dogs are allowed and they should be, my dogs aren't allowed because they're pieces of shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
That should be part of it. Is like dogs are allowed asterisks. And then
Be
you go to
cool.
asterisks and it's like, at our discretion, we can put your dog down.
wow.
Oh, we just don't want to kick them out of the bar.
No, I mean, this is
No,
the dice
we're
roll.
now solving
You're
it.
welcome to bring your dog, but if we decide that dog has been raised poorly by you,
What if we just took the dog?
you don't want that kind of dog.
Well, we could fix the dog.
Nah, Joe. I will. This will fix the dog.
Well, see, hear me out. You have to let me put that on the sign on the door so that when somebody walks in with a good dog that's still cute as fuck, I have to be like,
No,
I'll take
see,
your
we
dog.
can't be kidnapping dogs. That's a whole thing.
That's a
Kidnapping
that
the
is
good
a
dogs.
problem.
Okay, fine. I won't kidnap
That's
the
a
cute
problem.
dog.
Can't do that. Can't
I
do that.
do. I think dogs absolutely allowed. I feel like the real talk biggest thing because I jumped to the more like inside with the spinning wheel. I want that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not what I'm looking for. Although I do
Are
think
we
it's
gonna have a
important.
bull?
I mean, fuck yes, we are. Again, this is fucking awesome stuff. It's just the problem of like, is it one bar or many bars? But I do think it's possible, and I've seen it where there could be multiple rooms that have the fun and party, and then also have the chill time, and that is the most beautiful mix around.
We need like a multi-level bar is really what we need.
Imagine Raven,
Yes.
but if the bottom, I mean, it already kind of is this way, but the bottom floor is way more chill. Top
It
floor
is.
is what it is. Maybe at a bowl
The other
What if we had
day.
karaoke stage instead of a bowl?
like that.
Oh,
too.
we need them both because we're just making the Wet Beaver or whatever the fuck it was where we
Wet
went
Beaver
in
was fucking
Nashville.
awesome. That's what
Remember
they called.
that?
Yeah, the wet.
Yeah.
I think
Was it really?
I think it was the Wet Beaver.
Wow.
Yeah.
We might be adding the wet bar. Anyways, I did the pull the car over to the side thing because you talked about multiple levels and it cued this memory I haven't talked about on the show. It's not a memory; it's an anecdote from lately. I forget what day it was. It was one. No, it wasn't a holiday. I think I just stayed home to make up time that I had missed with Jen and Ben. And it was on our vacation. When we were on vacation, we did that second week where we were actually here. We were trying to do fun stuff with Ben. Second week window, we're like, let's go bowling. He likes bowling. We haven't done that in a long time. Let's go to Presidio Bowl, do that whole thing. Drove over there, got out of the car, got to the door. There's a sign on the door and people coming out of like, we're closed at 4:00 for a private event. It's 4:00. Like, damn, all right, figure it out. And so it was like trying to figure it out. We went over to the open area there in front of it. And then we're like, you know what? We're close to where the Presidio is, right? Let's go over to House of Air. He likes House of Air. We'll go over there, right?
Is that like bounce houses and stuff?
It will not bounce houses as much as giant trampolines or whatever.
Oh, got
right?
it.
And so we went there and got there and it was like, okay, cool. Well, he's whatever, sub 5, sub 3 or whatever it is. So, you follow this line up to the play area or whatever. And we're like, okay. And the guy's like, do you want to go check it out before you pay? And we were like, okay. And like, so you walk over there, we're like, this is going to be the most depressing. And it's like multiple floors of things, right? So we got up there and it was like the shittiest little play area that Ben loved. But it was just like a banquet room with like, mats on the floor and big pads and a ball pit or whatever. But it looked like, hey, it looked like, in the movies when like the kids get taken away from their parents, like they go there. Like we're gonna put you there while we figure out what the fuck's going on with the judge. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
But I just appreciated there's been enough conversations of people coming back demanding refunds and they're like, do you want to go look at it to make sure you're not going to be a piece of shit about it?
So funny. Well, especially if you're like walking by all the cool stuff for the older kids and then you get there and you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
I think a very big factor that I can't think of a single place that has done this actually correctly. I feel like the biggest problem I run into most frequently with bars is I'm with a group of people. And obviously there's certain levels of like, if you're going with a group of 10 plus, like that's on you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's a bit, you need to make reservations. You need to plan a little bit better.
You don't really make reservations at bars. Should that be something we implement?
Ooh.
Well, some do, Not
Not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I call
There's a
up
lot
any
of
bar in the
fancy
mission right now.
accesses.
I'm like, I need a.
If I call Yancey's right now, I'm like, can I get a table for 10 people?
They're
And
gonna
they're
throw
like,
a
what
dart
the
at you.
fuck?
They're
Well,
throw a dart
Yancey's
at
is the
you.
one place that like it doesn't fucking matter. You show up, they'll find space for you.
Yeah.
Like there's never in the history of life have I went there with a group big enough that could not sit at Yancey's. Like
Yeah.
they got that shit down. But
Yancey's does have a bunch of pocket dimensions where you go further and further
100%.
back. You're like, how am I this far back in this bar?
But that's
I'm in
where-
San Francisco.
That's why I'm bringing this up because like we often default to Yancey's or end up at Yancey's because it's the only place that can hold a big enough group. But when I'm thinking about it, I think that a group of like 6, that's like a normal group.
Yeah.
3 couples, right? And that's on the high end. I'd say 2 couples is like the most average, right? Why is it so difficult to every bar has like one like section that can fit that many people. Otherwise, everyone's just awkwardly standing around or something. I feel like we need to figure out maximizing space, maximizing some type of chair situation so that we can fit 6 people to a table comfortably.
Yeah.
And there has to be a way. Restaurants do it, but I feel like bars need to do that more because otherwise you just get a lot of wasted. Like think about Whitecap for example.
Yeah, I know
right.
that, yeah.
Oh, there's just like a lot of standing room.
There's just a lot of standing room, but no one's
Rick
going to
House is the
stand
same
there.
way.
Yeah, we got to figure this out. I think that like,
Blackthorn
a better,
also the same way. They have all those booths and then just space in the bar.
This is jumping the track. So if
Jump
you have
away.
more about this or whatever, while we're talking about being in the sunset at Yancey's, somebody's got to figure out Fireside. Because Fireside's a great location and just shitty cocktails, but it's always been there. And so it's the one you never go to. Next to the Peruvian restaurant. Like literally, you leave Yancey's, and if you're
Left.
walking out Yancey's, you're looking at Arts in the Peruvian place, you go left and it's across the street there.
Yeah.
Next to the bank.
Is Fireside the one they shot the Fernet music video in?
I forget at this point
I think
if that's
it
true.
is.
It's the one with the half door. You know, you
Yeah.
already talked about it. I always wanted Fireside to be great. It never was. But it's like the lighting's good. They got a fireplace. It's usually not crowded, but the drinks suck.
Oh, I think I've been there like exactly one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sucks. Why are we going here?
Way back in the day when Eric Castro lived up here, where I was like, you should buy that. Take that over. Blah, blah. I want to go to this new
commandment.
place in San Diego. Yeah.
commandment I
We're going
wanna
to San
add.
Diego in a few weeks.
Are you
and
going to
it's on-
Gillies? This
So
place?
I think we're gonna get dinner across the street and then walk to
Awesome.
Gillies.
God, I want to go there.
Chalk art. Always a big fan of chalk menus when people add them. There's custom stuff, and then when the little like custom drinks have like little guys,
Sure.
Yeah.
little
Oh, I love a
characters,
good
little
little
cartoons,
guy.
and stuff.
Astrobots. We can draw all the Astrobots we
We
want.
could if we need. We could come up with a better option though.
I don't know if we could.
Are you gonna draw all the Astrobots?
Sure.
Okay.
It's not hard.
Not hard.
The TV head on a little body. It's easy.
Yeah.
I can draw
Yeah,
an
but
Astro.
all of the different versions.
Not all of them. I don't know.
Okay.
You know. And Andy's. What are we paying Andy for? You know.
To call him in here to get other people.
The chalk's a great idea because I'm a huge fan of this as well. But I have seen the other side of it, right? Where
The
you go,
other side.
It's just
where you-
all dicks.
No, where you go to the menu and it's like, hey, can I get that? And like, oh, sorry,
It's all
not-
out.
It's all
Cross
out.
it off
we
with the
didn't-
chalk.
We didn't do anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see that a lot where like it's just not updated because there is so
That's a
many
problem.
updates. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's an
Yeah.
issue.
No, we need accurate information as much
In
as
general.
possible. Yeah, just in general.
What about food, everybody? Like, do you think that food is a requirement for a bar? Because I feel like it's either you have food or you explicitly say, hey, everybody, you can bring food.
Yeah, of course.
And once again,
Yancey's.
the greatest bar in the world,
Yancey's.
Yancey's.
Lets you bring in
they don't
whatever.
offer food,
The heartbeat of the sunset.
but they let you bring whatever food you
Pasquale's,
want.
you're getting your food
we got
there.
Gordo's across the street. We got fucking pizza. We
Jenny's
got
Burger.
donuts. Like, dude,
The ice
shit's
cream
insane,
place?
man. Yeah,
Poke
Easy
Bowl?
breezy.
No, the San
Oh,
Francisco
yeah,
homemade.
hometown creamery.
The actual good
Yeah.
one.
yeah.
Whoa,
So
Easy-
whoa, whoa!
Sorry, Easy Breezy.
I mean, it's frozen yogurt, so it's a
Yeah.
different thing.
I almost feel like bars shouldn't offer food. I think at a certain
What?
point it becomes a restaurant.
No.
Yeah.
At least
I mean-
appetizers.
I think appetizers are good.
But I like being able to bring your own shit. Though.
Yeah. I think it's an either or.
Yeah.
It's either appetizers or you say, hey, you can just bring whatever.
Okay, yeah, I can get down with that.
Because my problem with the food is the food normally brings more like garbage cans and more stuff. Then
Sure.
the moment that a bar offers appetizers, then you just got a bunch of people walk in and the six top that I've been fucking looking for is there and it's available, but
Covered
it's
in wing
covered in
bones.
fucking wing bones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas the
Or-
cups, pop, they're done.
The amount of table you need to fit six people around for drinks is different than you need for six people if
Exactly.
you're ordering food and you have plates and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The
The
food one's an
logistics
interesting
issue.
one because you think of who does it right. You know what I mean? But then we're into like executive order. I like, and they have too much on their
Well.
menu. They have too much on their menu.
Executive order is a whole ass problem because it's entirely a drug front. For people that don't know, which is 99.9% of the people listening, there's this gigantic spot in downtown
It's
San
so
Francisco.
It used to be witchcraft, if that helps you.
If it helps you, yes.
Is that a sandwich
It was.
shop,
It was
yes.
great.
Crab
It
sandwiches.
was my fucking savior of GDC every year.
So it's right near Moscone, the big convention center where like GDC happens and all that. Literally a block away from Metreon, which is like the main thing happening downtown in San Francisco. It probably costs, no exaggeration, $25,000 a month, maybe even more for rent. Like it must be fucking.
It's outrageous. I'm sure. I'm
expensive.
sure it's outrageous.
And this place is huge. Like it's as big as the spare bedroom. Like it,
And it's a cool vibe.
and it's very cool. It's very, very chic. There's like a lot of design. They have themes going on,
They do
lot
good
of leather.
cocktails.
and they have good cocktails. No beer at all, which I think
I've
is
never
very
noticed
weird.
that because I'm always in the mood
Straight
for a
up.
martini when I'm there.
No beer, just cocktails,
That's
which I think is a
weird.
fucking cardinal sin.
and they
Uh,
have wine though.
they do, yeah.
Hmm.
It's fucking weird. And then they also offer the most eclectic menu of food I've ever seen.
Would you like lumpia or chicken wings or pizza or it's like why does it keep going? Fried chicken sliders?
everything's
Yeah.
turkey. Everything's turkey. There's no chicken. It's all
No,
turkey.
bullshit.
Turkey pizza. Turkey, yeah.
What about the chicken sandwich? They got fried chicken sandwiches, don't they have sliders? Am I wrong
know.
about that? I'm pretty sure I'm right about
They're a
that.
big
They
turkey
might be
place.
turkey sliders.
It might be.
I wouldn't order a turkey
Executive
slider.
order.
I
But you think it's a drug front? That's why.
Well, there's something going on.
'Cause no one's ever there.
No one's
It's
ever there.
empty.
It's and also, okay, I'm jumping around here, but it's the biggest spot ever. And their food's good. Their lumpia is fucking awesome. I actually really like
Well,
this
Buffalo
place.
wings. Yeah, I guess I had you at that part. I got your ass on that. What about the? Here we go. Fried chicken sliders. Tim.
Turkey. Okay, the turkey cheeseburger. Sorry, it's not they don't have chicken. They don't have
They
fucking
just don't
meat.
have regular pepperoni.
They don't
They don't
have.
have
They don't have beef. Beef. They don't have beef.
Meef.
I'm
Like,
so glad we're talking about this. Fuck this place.
Wow.
We gotta talk about this place. It is so empty. It's not a good vibe. Like
We're there at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday to see some.
Okay, well, no,
Doesn't
I
matter
went.
what time you're
no,
there.
yes,
I've been for birthdays.
Yes, I went for Blessing's birthday, and I was like, okay, cool. He has a nice little roped off section. It was a lot of people. You just can never find that vibe of like, because the chairs are so too big, right? So like you're sitting down, it's like it's so awkward to sit down and
I love
have
it.
a conversation. With
I
anybody.
love it for our movie nights because it's a great place where we can all sit, we know we can all drink, we know we can all eat, and still make the movie in time. That's all I'm putting
We
it
should
out
just
there
go to
for.
the diner.
No, Mel's.
Yes.
We
I'm
did
not
go
going
to
ever
Mel's
again.
last time.
I'm not going to Mel's.
They
I'm a
served
fucking
Gia.
Mel's
so
boy.
much. I mean, it's not so much cheaper, but you
The
know what I
other
mean? Like,
Mel's on Van Ness is so much better, the fancy one. Last time we went after, it must have been after Beetlejuice,
Beetlejuice.
they legitimately served Gia an entire bowl of like
Marinara sauce.
that's supposed to be tomato soup,
bisque.
and it was not.
Now, for the record, Gee, I know you're listening. That's on you.
Yeah.
Who's ordering tomato
Tomato bisque.
bisque at Mel's Drive-In?
At, like,
get a burger or get the
10:30?
fuck
I
out.
got the burger and
At
it
10:30.
changed me, Greg. Like
For
I
good or
love
for
Mel's.
bad?
That was horrible.
Oh,
That was
really?
horrible.
Mel's for me was a snapshot and a place in time.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Mel's in a decade probably.
The one on Van Ness that's like the new fancy one. Pretty good.
That was
That's
one
her.
of the final Mel times when that movie theater was still kicking and we
Yeah.
went there to do something.
My thing about executive order, right, is like they just don't. They have the weird vibe of like, of course, it's
You
presidential.
do feel like you're
themed.
putting them out. Whenever I order a drink from either one of the bartenders, they're like, "Oh, you need something?" Sorry, I was fucking talking to the other bartender about gibberish. I'm like, "Hmm."
But I just don't understand the vibe, right? Because like when I went there for Blessing's birthday party, they have I don't know if you noticed they have a projector going with like shit playing, and they had the Mandalorian playing.
Nice.
Like why though?
I'm
You
sure
know what I
Bless asked for it.
mean? No, I don't think he did. I think they just
Executive
had
Order 66.
the-
That was good, y'all. That was good.
Did some Star Wars.
But yeah, no, the place is a problem because it's giant and like everything Roger's saying is true. It's like the chairs are way too big and like, but they don't take up any space because there's way too much space. And the biggest problem about this facility is that all the windows are like black and the door is like black and there's no signage anywhere
You have to
that
know.
this is
Be in the
named
know.
executive order. And it's not like it's a
They
speakeasy
have the
or some
sandwich
shit.
board thing out every once in a while.
Every once in a while, there's a sandwich board, but the doors are always closed, and it makes it feel like it's a private party. No matter what, I've never walked in front of this place and not thought, "Oh fuck, there's a private party in there." And then I open the door, no, they're open and no one's there. And I go up to order a drink, and they're like, "What the fuck? Why are you here?" And I'm like, "This is something about this
And there's a
place is
second
wrong."
floor, right?
Oh yeah,
That's never
Oh,
open.
I've never been up there.
Which is the drug
it's
front.
insanity, man. This whole thing, like, I don't know how they're making money. They're not. Something's going on.
Yeah.
They have the space. They have the power. This could be our dream bar. This could be what we want. All right.
But I don't think we want to.
We should take Fireside.
Location is like a major issue. I don't think we want a bar right there in the middle of downtown, personally.
I mean, I feel like that's what it needs the most.
I know, but are you going downtown to patronize this bar all the time?
Well, no, but there's like people that are built in there already.
Uh-oh.
Gary Whitta has never texted me and not
shit.
been so on point. He is always on point with his text messages. That's why if I get a Gary text message, I will stop what I'm doing. He just texts me out of the blue, 4:14. Do you need the Oreo Coke Zero? Yes, I do, Gary. Thank you. Thank you for thinking of me.
Are these Oreo flavored Coke
No,
Zeros
they have
or
Coke flavored as Oreos. Those are Coke
Oh.
you drink that tastes like Oreo, apparently.
so that's not Oreos that taste like Coke?
Correct, yeah. But those can't be far.
Equally exciting.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oreos.
I don't know that those are two things I want to mix in beverage form.
Oreos and Coke.
We've went too far.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's going to have a sweet taste to it.
Do you think it has the chocolate cookie or the vanilla cookie?
Chocolate, come on. It's got it's on the label.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know, they can try to get away with it. It's my discerning palate. I'll tell you if they're trying to pull a fast one, Joey. Don't worry about it.
Mm.
I'm not gonna.
I
let them get
did
you.
rewatch that clip that we reposted about
Yeah.
you identifying them all by taste.
Creepy
It's really
by
impressive.
smell on
but
some of them by
weird.
smell.
Yeah.
yeah. It's my finest
Proud of you.
moment.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That is the epitome of a hidden talent.
Yeah. It's
I
good
guess you
because
don't really
you
hide
just
it,
didn't know you had it. You didn't know if you had it in you. And I did out there, 10 out of 10. You know.
I think an important thing that we haven't brought up, and we lightly brought up the service, but service is a big thing. And I feel like an understanding of how many patrons you're going to have, and there has to be some, I don't necessarily want to put it on the people behind the bar working. I will sometimes, but overall, I don't blame them. I think there just needs to be a cleaner system than everyone just crowding around, standing on the bar, kind of just like hovering out and waiting for them to get your attention. Like maybe numbers. We just give them numbers. We Beetlejuice it.
I mean, a QR code. What you were about to say? Why not?
No, I have an issue with QR codes.
Me too.
There's a bar
Wi-Fi.
near my house that I enjoyed, but then one time I went there and it's a brewery type deal, right? So I go up to the front. I'm like, hey, what do you suggest? Right? I'm into this type of thing. And he looked at me and says, you can't order here. You have to use the QR code. And I'm like, okay, well, this sucks.
Can we
now.
just not hire assholes?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be like,
I was like, I'm never coming
if
back.
I
here.
ever hear you did that to one of us,
The
you're
problem
in trouble, Andy.
The problem with the QR codes too is like every time you want to order around, you have to close out your tab, and I hate that.
Yeah.
Now I understand that.
Sometimes it's usually on how it's set up, but 99% of the time they don't let you have an open tab.
Okay. That's accurate. but
Square
I have
pie
had
guys,
open-
this is mostly based off of my interactions with you when we want to order carafe after carafe of
Where's the
wine.
draft house? Same way.
Draft House. I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah. The QR code, it's a step in the right direction, but it's with
I
flaws.
definitely have one that leave it open. You can leave it open, but it is the majority of the time it is not leave it open. I agree.
So we got to figure that out. But I to Roger's point, I feel like there's a system in place that has to exist for just ordering something at the bar. And I feel like that is a very clumsily implemented situation.
What if just AI can solve this for us?
Okay.
You got some idiot like Roger, like, hey,
Mhm.
I like this thing. Well, what
That's
do
how
do
Roger
you
sounds
have
at
a
the
thing
bar.
like that? And the AI is like, beep, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, here you go, stupid. You like loggers? Here's another logger, idiot. You know what I mean?
They nag you during this whole
No,
situation?
like, it's all people do. It's very
Okay,
polite.
okay.
But behind its eyes, the AI is like, oh, this guy's
Do
a
we have
moron.
the option to be negged by this robo bartender? Because like
extra
I might be
money.
could be kind of into that.
God.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I mean, the volume is a very
I mean,
important thing.
that's
It's
our
like-
first commandment.
Yeah,
And by the
it's-
way, this has been on you, everybody at home. No, Roger, this is on them.
Oh.
They should have been keeping their own notes if they
Okay,
want to
fine.
know the full 10 commandments
Mm-hmm.
or 15. I'm not sure what we've done. Maybe
I-
we've done 6. It's been a great discussion, but this is on Cozy Bear. He should have been writing these down for us.
I would like to know if anybody in the chat
Also,
has
the Johnston guy I insulted never said anything again. Like, I expected Greg mentioned my name, or fuck you, Greg. Just silence. Did you leave immediately, Johnston?
I want to know from anybody in the chat who has been a bartender if keeping track of who gets to the bar at what time and what order to serve people is as stressful as it seems from the patron side, because it does seem stressful.
See, I would say, not having any experience in the matter whatsoever, that
Our favorite place
maybe
of
when you
authority to talk
first
from.
started, but I think bartenders are, no matter what, treated like shit so often that eventually they just don't care anymore. It's like us with internet comments where it's like, whatever, I'm doing my thing and I can see that that's the thing I notice all the time is I show up, I get to that bar, I got nowhere to be, I'm in no hurry, you know what I mean? I'm smiling, I just do smile and eye contact a lot.
Yeah.
And even if I'm ignored for a while, smile and eye contact back and forth. But it's the people who show up and then are the assholes and stuff, they get skipped. I've seen them get skipped for me to get around back.
How do you feel about the people, the guys that like pull out like a $20 bill and go like this?
I don't like you wagging it.
Fucking disgusting.
I don't like the way. If you
Is he
ha-
wearing
if
a
you do that-
fedora?
God, I see this happen.
Is
I
he dressed
swear
like a
to God,
1920s Ninja Turtle?
like, this happens way too much. Like you are not cool doing that. Like it is. You're making everyone feel
I
uncomfortable.
don't mind
As a
take the
server-
money, hold it in your hand, and you lean on the bar.
That's it.
Okay.
Show it to
make
some
sure.
level of respect. Of
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
that
Like,
shows
hey, I am
intent.
ready to go when you're ready. To
Uh
go.
huh. 100%.
If
Yeah.
I'm not
built to be a
somebody
server.
who's showing up. Will say they used to live in New York. Was like, oh man, I sure do like cocktails, but I've never had a What cocktail should I get? You know what I mean?
Can you imagine?
You just walk
the
out of
gall.
Amish. You just walk out of Amish country. What do you want to drink?
The gall of Roger Picorni to go somewhere and ask the person, "What's good?" God.
I think if I was a bartender and somebody like waved money at me, I would put them at the end of the list. Like you are being annoying and I don't want your money that much.
Totally.
And
Yeah,
now
it's-
you are going to be punished for your audacity. This is why I'm never going to be a bartender because I would make zero money.
What's the etiquette? Real quick, guys. What's the etiquette of like you go to a bar and you just of course, you're just finding your space, right? And then you just kind of make eye contact with the bartender and you're waiting for them to come up to you. I had this situation where I went up there and the bartender just looked at me immediately and just said, "Hey, what do you want?" And I ordered, and the guy behind me like yelled at me. Like fully yelled at me. And I was just like, what? And I was also at an independent wrestling show, so there was a lot of things going on there. But like I was a little drunk, and I was like, I don't know how to deal with the situation. Like I thought it was my fault, but I just kind of looked at them.
No, if the bartender calls on you, you got to go.
Yeah.
And especially if you just walked up, you don't know how long people have been waiting. If that happened to me, I'm like, yo, he called on me. I thought you'd been served. Take it up with him. It ain't my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just making sure, everybody. Just making sure.
And you know, say of this what you will. If I was in that situation, if it was easy enough to be like, no, he was before me, I do.
I've done that
do
before.
that. But
again, if I
awkward,
knew that, if Roger sounded like he just walked up and was it's like, you know what, I know what I want.
Totally. Yeah, then Roger, I would have not done shit. But like if there was a situation where the two of you have been standing there and it's equal, it's like I always
it's just
try to defer. I'm just like,
of course,
you can get them. But tough shit out there, you know what I mean?
It's
tough streets.
Tough shit out there for sure.
Yeah,
Man.
it's hard.
What are we calling this bar?
Oh.
I don't know, man.
I'm not good at this. Because this depends so much on where the bar is.
We're taking over Fireside.
Okay.
We're in the Sunset.
Mm-hmm. We don't have any other gimmicks.
We got the wheel. We got the wheel. We got the whole thing. We'll put your dog to sleep if people like it.
I always did appreciate.
God damn.
Hey man, we get headlines.
We would get headlines.
I wish we could give them an
The new
option
bar in
of
San
either
Francisco.
you give Joey your dog or it gets put down. Because it seems like it's a
New
win-win.
bar
I'm
in
not
San
stealing
Francisco.
anything.
It'd be nationwide headlines. They got a wheel for cheap drinks. Maybe it's good drinks, and then
Okay,
also if your dog's bad, they'll put it down.
I mean, I feel like that's the name has to be based on the headlines, right? People need
Sure.
when they hear these headlines, they need to remember. They need to think, oh, that's this thing, you know?
Mm.
Kind of like the mom talk situation, you know what I mean? People think swingers. They read headlines. They think moms.
And now they have a whole ass TV show. That's a great
All dogs
question.
go to heaven.
I mean, I'll never
Send
forget that. Yeah, that's actually good.
Are we
All
worried about
dogs
any
go to seventh heaven.
copyright issues? with that
Probably.
one?
So
Seven
let's
reference.
noodle it. We can noodle.
Mhm.
I mean, rest in peace, Fido. Or rip Fido. Bad dog. You just call it bad dog.
Bad dog's kind of sick.
Just rip off Mad Dog in the Fog.
Rest in peace.
There we go.
But then there's another dog like that in shit. Over by this climbing gym over there. So it's Mission, but like a little bit off of it. Oh, that's
Southern
gonna drive me
Pacific
crazy.
Brewery?
No, there's a thing, something dog.
Oh, Trick Dog?
Trick dog. That's it. Thank you very
There we
much.
go.
I haven't been there in a long time either.
I didn't either. I don't think there's anything else we need to add to this bar.
No, I think we crushed it. Jukebox, but at a reasonable level.
Yeah. Touch tunes.
Yeah, of course.
Yancey's. Has all these things.
It doesn't have skylights. It's too dark.
No.
It smells like a college bar, which isn't.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
I
against. but-
do-
Hold on. Yancey's? For all we talked about, by the way, I'm not recommending anybody go to Yancey's.
No.
Do
it's
not go out of your way in
Incredibly-
San Francisco.
No,
to
no,
Yancey's.
no.
It's just where everybody ends up.
It's just a good choice.
Default.
Yancey's, everything that we just said about it, would you believe it's carpeted? One of the nastiest facts that I've ever
Yeah,
known in my life is
100%.
that Yancey's the bar is carpeted.
Dude, when
Yeah,
we would
that's
walk by,
we have to put
Yeah,
that
think
on the
about it.
10 Commandments.
No
no
carpet.
carpet, no carpet. Yeah, when I would walk by with like Porty Yancey's at like 7 a.m. and they were like, oh, doors open for deliveries and everything. And it was just like, I was like, that's college. That's Mizzou in
Oh,
there. I
yeah.
can smell it.
I always
Fancy.
appreciate when bars in college towns are called like the library
Mm.
or something like that. I think that's kind of fun. I don't know what the San Francisco version of that is. Apparently has to do something with dead dogs, which I'm not happy about.
No. It's just, again, for the headlines.
For the headlines.
I mean, I like the idea that it's just a threat, that we don't actually ever do it. You know what I mean? But like, we'll still get the headlines, but like none of the blowback of actually doing anything wrong.
You'll get the blowback.
You gotta
Yeah.
do it once. You gotta do
Yeah.
it once.
You've got to do it once. Show you mean fucking
Yeah.
business.
You get one of
Holy
your
hell.
dogs
We
that are
can-
on the way out, and then you that's how you get the thing. Yeah.
And we can do it like, it doesn't need to be like, it's not like one time and it's over, right? We can give like warnings. We can give penalty flags.
Mm.
Like, hey, your dog just
I thought you were
nipped
saying
at somebody.
warning shots.
your dog just, barked too loudly.
Yeah.
It's been barking a long time. This is your warning card. If we have to come back here, it goes in the bucket.
Felipe Torres
It goes in the bucket.
Yeah.
brings up a name that is just too goddamn good. Old Yeller.
Oh my
is good.
god.
That is
That
a
is good.
bar name.
We do have the problem with copyright again, though.
Yeah.
When does that
Old
hit
Yeller.
public domain? It can't
Great
be that
question.
far.
That is a great fucking
That's a
question.
great question.
Think of the merch we could have,
Taylor O says, is this a till close bar or are you closing at like 11?
No, we're a
Let's get
fucking bar.
The fuck out of
No,
We're
2
till
a.m.
close.
or bus.
If
Yeah.
a bar closes
I hate it when they
before
do that
2,
shit.
it's like, and if a bar does last call at like 1, when it's like, but you're supposed to be till 2, and they're like, well, it's a little slow night. And I'm like, my fucking ass, it's a slow night.
Yeah.
No. I've
We
been
tried
here
to-
when it's a slow night.
Last time we tried to go to executive order, it was like it closes at 10 and we walked up at 9 and
the
it was like
door.
it's locked, it's closed. This is some bullshit.
I didn't like that. Didn't like that one bit.
Yeah.
Did you hear? My brother was explaining this to me, and I don't understand where he got this information, but apparently there's like a bill that's in like final motion to pass in San Francisco that is going to push it to 4 a.m.
Oh, so
Oh,
we can be like
I've
New
heard about
I
York.
think
this.
it's a 4 a.m. city, which is wild.
Oh,
No bad can come from
I'm
that.
not built like that anymore,
Yeah, that's just crazy.
That's the young people.
That would just totally change the vibes potentially.
It's weird because I feel like so much stuff in SF already closes
So early.
early.
So early, yeah.
So then it seems
That was always
wild.
the weird thing. Yeah.
but I think
Nothing's
that's the
open till
reason why.
4.
I think that it's like it closes early because everything has to close early, and it's like if they set new rules, maybe things will change.
Is House of Shield still kicking downtown, or is that a rest in peace COVID?
I
don't
think
know what
it's
that is.
still alive. Every once in a while when I log on to Reddit, there's always the one guy
The
on
guy who
SF
does it
Reddit.
buy a drink. Yeah, that's honestly what triggered it more than anything. Here we go. Oh no,
Defeated.
Axios.
Well, it's
That is-
2022.
I
Maybe
mean,
it's
I
back.
haven't been able to find anything else.
Interesting.
on the news.
Yeah.
That's all I can find.
I'll have to
Also, did
check
you guys
over
see
at other
that-
sources?
Tom Holland and Zendaya were in Cole Valley at some bar.
No way.
Or maybe it wasn't a bar. It might have been a little like restaurant-y thing.
Good for them.
But there was like a picture on like the neighborhood Facebook group from when I used to live in Cole Valley. And I
That's
was like,
great.
huh, who would have thought?
They filmed.
I mean, I
something
know
of
that, no, but I know that she's from the Bay Area, but
Hmm.
Oakland, right?
Oh yeah.
Or Berkeley.
Hmm.
I say this every time, but did you know that Gia's dad was her principal?
I didn't. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I've lost that information.
Mhm.
Huh. Well, that's just changed everything I knew about
Everything
Zendaya.
you know? Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
Hmm.
Would she come to the grand opening of Old Dealer?
Very, very highly doubt it.
Would she
She's
bring her dog?
Very pro live
Does
dogs.
she have a dog?
Well, I mean, again, I don't think you're like, this is a great media training for me as the CEO of
Okay.
Old Yeller. We're not pro or anti dog. We're just anti bad dogs.
I mean, I feel like if we're going to have all this, like we need to be undeniably pro dog. You know what I
We're
mean?
pro good dogs.
Yes.
Dogs get a bad rap. Cujo.
He murdered people.
Exactly. We can't have that. We can't have that. And it's because of dogs that are bad. So again,
We can't
we're
have
not
what?
saying we're going to kill every dog who walks through the door. All right. We're just saying if it turns out that dog is bad, it needs to be put down. We'll do it. And you agree to that by bringing your dog in here. You don't want your dog to have the possibility of a death sentence.
You just
Don't
don't
bring
bring
your
your
dog
dog.
here. It's simple. You know what I mean?
I
say
would
we
not
do
be
this.
bringing either of my parents'
Sure.
dogs.
I love Cole. I want to bring Cole to this.
Oh, he's so
So you
good,
always
though.
have a lot
He
of
is a very
problems
good dog, but I don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
with
This whole thing.
theaters.
I'm sorry.
I want to apply this to a theater. Can we open a theater where if you like break the rules, you get shot on site?
See, here's the
This is
thing.
just Alamo Draft House, but
I
unwieldy.
would love
Yeah.
to investigate that with you. I do think there's got to be some legality there of you can't commit murder even if the other person's agreed to being murdered.
Yeah, that's like the cannibalism thing, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a thing that like
I don't know about that part.
you can't, even if someone lets you eat part of their body, you're still a cannibal.
Oh,
Like there's,
no way around that. That's
Yeah.
kind of like a Scarlet Letter kind of thing. Interesting. I'd be with you
Yeah.
because again, I Joey did that
What
great
was,
Greg
what
way.
was that? What was that sound you just made? That you shooting someone?
I mean, yeah, it's me taking care of him.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it doesn't
Uh-huh.
need to be that. I don't mind. I've always wondered about choking them.
oh,
You know what I mean?
do you want them to die like a slower death?
I don't know how. I don't know, fast or slow. You know
It
what I mean?
seems slower than getting shot, but also probably less mess.
Exactly. We got a theater to run here. All right, I got things going on.
Efficiency.
Because some of my theater experiences recently have just gotten from bad to worse.
Yeah.
And like it's been very,
People are
very
so
upsetting.
chatty.
You wonder why I don't want to go to
hate it,
theaters.
dude. I fucking it bothers me so much. Like, last weekend we just watched Dee Dee, which is
Oh,
like
yeah.
a freaking like
Heartfelt.
heartfelt, smaller like art film. I'll just call it for lack of a better. There's no goddamn superheroes or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking kids I'm sitting next to just talking the entire time. And then the worst thing is like, because I get people talking, whatever. But the recliner seats, whenever you hit it, it goes like, they literally just would like for fun go, and then just laugh to each other. And they just kept doing it for the entire fucking movie. And it reached a point where I'm sitting there and I'm like, at what point do I like,
You gotta be old man about it.
like get old man about it? I
Yeah.
talked to them and I didn't because I was recently reading a Reddit thread.
Somebody get shot.
Just not getting shot, but just that like there's
Stabbed.
these fucking kids these days are so much worse than the kids of my day.
Yeah.
Look, me and my friends, we're a bunch of fucks. I totally get it. I'm
You're
sure
not
we're doing
jumping
bad
somebody
things.
outside of a theater.
But we're not fucking watching other TV shows on full
Yeah.
blast on our bright ass phones while a movie's happening.
The other
It's
thing that
insane.
I find so interesting is the people that are like taking artful like shots of the movie as they're happening. I'm like, do we not just watch movies anymore?
We
This is
don't.
what's going to turn me like really into a boomer.
You
Yeah.
could watch them at home. Because remember, we were there. We were on the path to success. I was leading the charge. We had him on the ropes. Black Widow, a hit at home.
Hit it home.
Scarlett Johansson had to
Everyone
go
loved it
sue
so
everybody.
much.
Tom Cruise had to make a
Do you
fucking
not
Top
care
Gun.
about the experience, Gregory.
I do, but that's when I'll go to the Alamo Draft House and it'll be a very nice
I think
experience where
that's-
they kill people if they don't talk.
I think that's really
They
what
do
it's
talk.
going to turn me into is that I'm going to become an Alamo Drafthouse loyalist, which is upsetting to me for like a bunch of different reasons.
Yeah.
I love Drafthouse and I love it. I don't necessarily love the like gimmicky stuff beforehand. Sometimes I'm like, give me Maria Menounos. Give me the
no.
stuff. Give me what I
Hey,
want.
here's a
Maria.
commercial that doesn't lower your ticket price at all.
And sometimes I think having that table thing is kind of annoying. But like,
Totally. All the fucking lights. Get the hell out of here. Alamo. Figure your shit out.
The
There's
lights
but there's
don't
other
bother me.
boutique ones that aren't as bad that you could go to. Similar
Yeah.
situation.
I haven't ever been to a good one.
Okay.
I want to.
I went to
at some
iPix
point.
once. I like that a lot.
iPix is.
It's think of the Alamo Draft House except way smaller. Like I'll say 20 seats, maybe 20,
oh, like the
25.
small theaters.
And
Yeah.
it was the thing of like if you wanted something, you hit a button and they would come to you, like
Yeah.
crouch down, whisper to you, just to you, not to everybody, kind of thing.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I guess I want an Alamo like theater experience that doesn't have people running in and out. Like you have to get there early and you have to put in your order before the movie starts. It gets delivered in theory during the previews. And then if you want anything after that, you have to go get it.
Straight up.
Conveyor belt technology, I feel like, has come a long way, and I think we can get there.
Conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Oh, like
conveyor
the
belt
sushi place?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like we can do that. For
So you're sitting in a U
something.
and
I've
you're
figured
taking
out
things off it, or
You
they're
don't need to
br-
overthink it. I just like the
Okay,
idea.
cool.
Like just
All
think
right.
about like the technology.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe strings, rope.
Drones.
See, but while we're there, my biggest problem is I don't like having to get up and go to the bathroom, but I also like drinking a lot of liquid, so it's a big problem.
What if they
So
give you a
somebody
hose?
Figure it out.
I
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
No, but you don't want to be sitting next to somebody that's peeing into a hose
Joey-
in the theater.
Don't shame me.
I will pay extra. I'll pay extra to just be with these people. Give
Oh,
me my people.
are you theater 1 or theater 2? I want to pee. Oh, theater 2. You wanna
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
theater
number 1
two?
or number 2.
Yeah.
I'm going number 1.
Installing urinal troughs in the floor of the theater. Disgusting.
I mean, teach their own.
Teach their own.
Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, this has been another episode of the Kinda Funny podcast. For you counting at home, how many commandments did we actually come up with? Let us know because we weren't paying attention. We were just having a great time because we do it each and every week. 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather around this table to talk to you about whatever it is we want to talk about. If you like that, pick up the Kinda Funny membership on patreon.com/kindafunny or youtube.com/kindafunnygames. We would love your support so you can get all the shows ad-free. You can support an 11-person small business. You can watch us record this very show live. Come back, Mr. Johnston. And of course, you could get Greg Way each and every weekday. However, we're going to go away now, but I'm sure there's something happening live on YouTube or Twitch, so go check it out. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.